We have so much to talk about. We have so much to laugh about. All here on Finkley.
What's the 411? It's your boy Famous, and I'm known for singing Tony Buxton, and you're watching the Michael Finkley Show, baby.
On the next Michael Finkley Show,
Antoine Howlett is with us. He gives us incredible information about his business. He gets a chance to ask me questions and provides the FINK Fam with the awesome giveaway.
don't miss this good giveaway. Join us on the next Finkley.
All coming up next.
If I can make it through the night, just to see a brighter side, 'cause I've been working all my life just to make.
Hello everybody, welcome to Michael Finkley Show. Thanks for joining us today. Y'all, a lot is going on in the world we live in today. A lot. So many things that with our own personal lives, such as family, work, and then the nation as a whole as well. But we cannot allow the negativity of the world to dim in our light that we have inside of us. Continue to give, continue to pay it forward, continue to encourage someone, continue to encourage yourself, because I promise you, these things that we go through in life are temporary. Temporary is defined in different ways for all of us. It could be a day, it could be a week, it could be some years, but just know that it's not going to last always. So keep it positive, keep it going, y'all. I know that, again, we're just going through a lot, but again, it's only temporary. Keep it going, keep pushing, keep striving. There's a winner within inside of you. You just have to find it. Sometimes you have to find it. So please keep going, because we need you. Keep striving in your greatness. And I have a guest today who is great in his own right. We have Mr. Antoine Howlett with us as he talks about his incredible business, his book, his courses, new projects, and so much more that he's working on. So FINK Fam, don't you go away. Back in a moment.
Next, we have Antoine Howlett with us. Back in a moment.
My name is James DeBose, General Manager, Head of Program for Fox Soul, and you are watching the Michael Finkley Show, the greatest man walking in his purpose right now. So make sure you tune in if you want to be blessed.
On an all-new Michael Finkley Show, the Lemonade Twins are here. Malia and Faith are here to talk about their amazing lemonade business. Don't you dare miss the next Michael Finkley Show, Tuesday.
Hello everybody, it's Finkley from the Finkley Experience. We're an educational consulting firm that specializes in first generation education. So we assist students with their college and career endeavors. We train school administrators on the state of first generation students. And also we partner with colleges and universities to assist their first generation population for easy transition from high school to college. So if you're looking for a presenter or speaker that presents on these topics and so much more, visit our website at thefinkleyexperience.com and learn about all that we do. We're looking forward to working with you.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Now y'all, my next guest, he is an entrepreneur, he's a speaker, he's an author, he's a dad, he's a husband, y'all, and the list continues because he is that dude. He is Antoine Howlett. Antoine, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. It's truly a blessing to be a part of the show, to be a part of this brand, and to be a part of this impact that's going on. It's truly an honor, man. It's truly an honor.
Oh wow. Thank you so much, sir. We've been following each other on social media for a while, and what an awesome support you are to us. So I appreciate you for that, sir, for seeing something in us and even wanting to be on as well. So thank you so much for that. We really appreciate you, Antoine. So Antoine, and people that see you on social media, see what you do, you're speaking this way and you're doing this the other way, inspiring others. How would people describe you in 3 words?
I would say this: I'm the man with a million whys.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is, at a certain point in my life, I realized there's a million reasons to be happy in this earth. And I have every single why. The breath out of my ears a why. Seeing my sons a why. My wife's a why. Talking to you's a good why. And I have a million whys, and I'm just the man with it.
I love that. But what is that why?
So the why is my purpose and my intention, right? My purpose is to always build something in conversation that's bigger than me, that outlive me, right? And I've come to that assumption just through living through past experiences, obstacles that I turned into opportunities. And I've always had friends that never had a why. My environment never had a why. And I realized, listen, we're here right now, and that's a blessing. That's enough of a why. And I took it and I stuck with it, and it's been the best thing ever for me.
I love that. I love it, sir. We're here. Let's just go into it. We see the positive person you are today. You're inspiring, you're giving, you're motivated. You want to see others succeed. But growing up was a different story, right?
Oh, absolutely. I was born and raised in Queens, New York City, and I grew up in a rough household. My father was an alcoholic. I seen him be abusive to my mother. So I was rough around the edge, and roughly around 7 years old, my mom made the best decision ever. She left that relationship. But me, at that age, I looked on the streets for guidance into becoming a man, and I never found that. What I found was drug dealers. What I found was people doing negative things. What I found was gang members. And that environment required me to be around it. So I remember sneaking out the window when my mother would work third shift. And truly, by the grace of God, that I'm here right now from the things that I've seen and the things that I was around. So at a young age, I was considered as an at-risk youth. And roughly around the age of 14, my mom made the biggest decision ever. She said, Antoine, you missed 90 days of school, and this can't happen anymore. You gotta do something better. She saw something in me that I didn't see. And, being hard-headed around that age, I'm like, Mama, you don't know what you're talking about. But she knew everything that she was talking about. That experience that she went through, she saw it through me. So she said, we're gonna up and leave this city. And as she left the city in the U-Haul, the same issues came with me, the same habits, the same mindset, the negative mindset that I had, the marketed mentality that I had stuck with me. And I got in trouble. I got in a lot of trouble. I got incarcerated twice. And the first incarceration was over marijuana. I was young, 19 years old, and just in the streets doing negative things. And it caught up with me. And I said, you know what? I'm going to try to do something different with myself. I'm going to go work, because Mama didn't like that at that time. She said, listen, you need to change. So I said, hey, I'm going to go work. I remember the first job I had, it was in a grocery warehouse. And I'm in the cash register being trained. And ironically, the same officer who locked me up came in for a shoplifter. And he walked in, looked at me, and walked by. So I'm thinking, okay, I slipped up in the past. It ain't going to come with me now. And as he walked out, he gave me a look again. But little did I know his intentions was different. He came back in and he pointed at the supervisor training me. He said, hey, come here. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, maybe it's about the shoplifter, not me. And he walked the supervisor to the back, and the supervisor came out 5 minutes later. He said, Antoine, I don't have anything against you, but I don't know about him, and we're going to have to terminate you. That was 1 hour into my first job ever. So at that point in my life, I always tell this to people, whether you're doing good or bad, 1 foot in and 1 foot out will never work. And I had to make a decision right there. 1 foot forward would be me applying to jobs. 1 foot backward would be me going into the streets. And I took 1 foot backwards. I went back into the streets. I was hurt from that experience. And I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to hustle. I'm going to be halfway in, halfway out, all the way to 25. And around 25, on the eve of my mother's birthday, I was hanging with some friends, drinking, smoking, doing the negative things. And one thing led to another, where 2 friends had an issue, and I was there. and one friend ended up stabbing the other. Guess who's there? Me. But I thought life was just like the movies. You know, I said, it's just like the movies. If I was there, it don't matter. And I'll take a lie detector test and I'll be fine. But that didn't work. That didn't work at all. As I sat there in the jail, the officer said, you know, there's one thing you're going to learn today, and that's going to be experience and environment. And that stuck with me forever. So he literally said, we're going to take you to the county and you're going to sit there for a while. I sat for 8 months in prison and I left with a felony. But during that 8 months, I learned so much about myself and my life. First 3 months, I'm going to be honest, Finkley, I said, you know what? I ain't meant to be here. I knew everybody there. The environment was calming to me. And I said, you know, this is nothing for me. I could do this again. It's nothing. But I didn't want to do it. Something hit me and I said, you know what? Open up a book, read. And the first book I read was the Bible. Right. And I read it front to back. And I'll be honest, I did not understand anything, Finkley. I was reading the words and I'm like, what is this? But the second time I understood a storyline. And the third time that I read it front to back, I compared it to my life. And that's when everything changed. And I said, you know what? These obstacles that I face, seeing my father beat up my mom at a young age, just being in this negative environment, these are absolutely opportunities for me. So as I leave, I prayed. I said, God, let me out when you think I'm ready. And that was 8 months. And that it takes a lot to say that and pray that way. But I knew that I was changing. I knew that something good was happening to the new me. And as I sat in that prison, I remember days waking up crying but smiling. And that's where I said it was a point that I changed. It was the change that I needed in there because I thought differently. So the judge sentenced me to 8 months. And she said one thing special. She said, you're the first person that I've seen with his mother here in about a year. And that hit me hard because, like I said, my mother, this happened on the eve of her birthday. And as soon as I got out of prison, I remember listening to Eric Thomas. That was the first thing I went to, personal development. And then I listened to a guy named Jim Rohn, and their speeches just sunk with me. And something told me, no matter what is going to be hard for you as this felon, but keep stepping forward. Don't step back. Keep stepping forward. And as I stepped forward, I went through 101 job applications before I got one job. And it was incredible. I stood there for 7 years, hard, working in a warehouse, lifting cases. And to be honest, I was getting paid $13 an hour starting. But it was liberating because I stuck to something. That step forward was incredible for me. And as it was incredible for me, I decided to say, you know what, I'm going to try to upbring and learn people as I'm at this job. And a union representative by the name of Tony came up to me. He said, Antoine, you know, you speak good. I want to bring you onto the Teamster Union as a representative. I'd like you to negotiate the contract and represent these 300 warehouse men. So I'm like, me? And he said, yes, I believe you can do it. So I took it. I said, okay, I'm going to run with this. And as I ran with it, I learned the contract negotiation. I learned the corporate setting. I learned how to speak business. But during that time frame, I also learned that I could do business on my own. And I started the trucking business, and I started BecomeYouToday.com for first generation entrepreneurs as a one-stop shop for information, financial literacy, emotional intelligence, important things that help us get to the next level that we don't really think will get us to the next level. Yeah. And that's me. That's part of my story. And my story is a glory, but I always tell people it's going to keep going because I made an oath with God. I'm going to keep changing and he's going to keep showing up.
That he is, whether you like it or not, that he is. And you know, we're encouraged, Antoine, by one another's testimonies. And I'm always remembering the saying where, you know, I don't look like what I've been through, right? Or, you know, I don't want to be becoming a product of my environment as well. What are some steps that you can give someone that may be watching that maybe in that mindset of, I don't want to be a product of my environment, but how do I get started to get out of the environment?
I always tell people the story that you tell yourself All right. You have to understand the story that you tell yourself is a story that you're going to live with. All right. So I remember saying, I am every single morning. I am grateful. I am the best. I am a leader. And I also remember saying, I am nothing. Right. When I was young, I would say, I am nothing. And it led me into being nothing. So I always tell people that it starts with the story you tell yourself, and that can change in 1 second. It doesn't have to wait till tomorrow. You could start telling yourself a better story today. And that's all it starts with, the story that you spread to yourself. And another step would be to watch the media that you're bringing in, guard your mind. A good mentor of mine named Don Hobbs, who works for success.com, is the president. He said, Antoine, guard your mind. And what I looked at when he said that, I'm like, what does he mean by that? He said, media, friends. He said, everything that's coming at you is being marketed to you in a certain way. Guard your mind. That filter needs to be able to let things go right through. My older filter will let it sit too long. So I would say definitely to focus on a story that you tell yourself and guard your mind. Those are 2 steps that can really set a person to the next level.
Yeah. I love that. Guard your mind. And what an awesome mind setting you are an example of, from where you started to where you are now. You briefly discussed your awesome movement, become you today. Please talk about this awesome movement, and of course your LLC when it comes down to trucking as well.
So Become You Today was a website that I created while working in the 9-to-5. And as I was in a 9-to-5, I was always into information. I was always into reading. And I noticed that people that I would train in that warehouse, they didn't like to read the books. But with me speaking to them about my story, they say, hey, can you find this on the internet for me? So I said, hey, let me create that place that they can go to.
Right.
And it's Become You Today. It's today. It won't be tomorrow. It's today. It's where you start. Yeah. And I decided to start it, and I said, you know what? I'm going to partner with Allison.com, and we're going to get some free courses. And we have financial literacy courses. We have emotional intelligence courses. There's a good amount of courses that's on BecomeYouToday.com that can help anybody get to the next level. And I decided to start it, and I went off with it, started making YouTube videos, put it in on that page, and it's been going from there since 2019. And in 2021, roughly around July, I said, you know what? I'm in this warehouse. I've learned great things here, but I want to start something bigger. I want to start something that can outlive me. You know, I just had my son Chase, and it was a rough time having him. He was born 6 weeks early. And I remember being in the hospital, literally doing my college courses as he's about to be born. So my drive was on a completely tunnel vision. And he came out, and I said, okay, we got to think bigger. We got to set the standard for generations. And I said, you know what? I'm going to name this company Chasing Bills Logistics. And it's a trucking company, box truck, non-CDL. And to be honest, I started it off the whim, but it's incredible. And I'm able to teach other people how to do this as well. I'm able to teach felons how to do this. I'm able to teach people who don't have felonies how to do this. And you can do it without your CDL. So you can haul with the big boys, but you don't need your CDL as well. And it's been truly incredible for me, man. It's been great. It's been a blessing.
You know, I can tell as well, the way you talk about it, your face just lights up. It's your second baby. It is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it, sir. But when we come back, Antoine, for the first time in the Finkley history of this show, Antoine gets to ask me questions. Oh my gosh, we'll see what that's going to be like. More to come, Fink Fam, back in a moment.
Coming up, Antoine gets to ask me questions. Oh my, back in a moment.
Hey, what's up? It's actress and singer Christine Horn, and you are watching The Michael Finkley Show. Boom.
Colors. What the? Oh, God. This one. Yeah, right, Marine. So I guess we don't stand for colors, huh? I'm sorry. I was starving. What was you eating on anyway? Let me put you on. This that Lucy's hoopie pie. Okay. Hey, but before you go, Marine, What can I get me one of those? Oh, at all the Super Target locations, Sergeant. Okay. And where can you get your chart sheet at in the morning? On your desk. As long as we track it.
Everybody, welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. We're still chatting with Antoine. Antoine is here with us. And again, what an incredible story he has. A story of triumph and look, personal success. But at this time, Antoine gets to ask me questions on my show. This has never happened. This has never happened before. So ask Finkley. Ask away, Antoine.
Okay, Finkley, you know, I'd love to know, after watching your show and seeing the growth of it, what is your why behind the Michael Finkley Show?
So my why is to help people, to educate, literally what my platform stands for, to educate, to inform, and to inspire. I started this show back in 2020. During the pandemic, April 13th, actually, 2020. And this is something I've always wanted to do. I grew up watching the greats, Oprah Winfrey, Sally Jesse Raphael, Montel Williams, Ricky Lake, Phil Donahue. And it was something that I always loved to see people talk and have that communication with. But as time went on, as I became older, I understood what it fully meant. So I started this show, and it was going to be in conjunction with my consulting firm, and to bring on just strictly educators to talk about college and first generation, that kind of thing. We still do as well for students as well. But it got a little more in depth as time went on. So I'm bringing incredible people on with incredible stories, such as yourself, that can still talk to and speak to the college market as well. And of course, then the celebrities started to come and wanted to tell their stories and promote their things and that kind of thing. And so 100 and over 170 shows later and almost 400 people later, my why still stands: to educate, to inform, and to inspire. And this is why we're still here. Many times, of course, you know, when starting something new, you may have that pit of doubt sometimes, or the moments where you want to give up, when you think that people aren't really getting it, or what have you, or you're just tired. You're just tired, but something on the inside of me won't allow me to quit. And as long as that feeling's still there, season after season, I'm going to be here. So that's my why.
Wow, with the why that strong, it's important to understand in our generation how important communication is. Mm-hmm. And I consider you as a key to communication. And that's incredible. And Finkley, I got another question for you, brother.
What's up? That's Finkley. What's up?
So Finkley, what one bit or two bits of advice would you give to the 12-year-old Michael Finkley?
Oh my word. Stand up for yourself and speak. Right? Stand up for yourself and speak up. I was always raised to say, you know, what happens in this house stays in this house, right? And I brought that same saying into my schooling. I brought that same saying into the church. I brought that same saying into my adulthood, right? But it is okay, right? It is okay to speak your mind because your words matter. It is okay to, you know, give your input, to give your opinion, to give your advice. Because this is how we learn and grow. I came up with the saying not too long ago in a previous interview, and it just came out: if you don't know, you don't grow, right? So you have to understand that your words do matter. And also too, with the epitome of standing up for yourself. I was raised in a Christian household where, you know, meekness and being humble, which are still characteristics that I still bring with me today. But I never was really taught of, you know, if someone treats you wrong, you don't have to put up with it, right? And I learned that along the way in my 20s, in my time in college, in my time away from home. So it's okay, Finkley, it's okay. It's okay to speak up, and it's okay to stand up for yourself. Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible. And it explains the mission and explains the impact that you have. You're You're a true visual of what happens when you stick to what you want to do and not what society or not what the house wants you to do. What your inner being says, that's me. And that's you, Finkley. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you letting me ask you the questions for the first time as well.
Oh my word. Let's see. Now we're going to take another commercial break. So when we come back from this, right, more about your book, Market Mentality, and all that it does for the readers, and also why this concept. Back in a moment.
Hi, this is Grammy-nominated Lavelle Crawford. You know me. But you are watching my man, Michael Finkley, on the Michael Finkley Show. Keep watching. This brother going please.
Keeping your skin flawless and clean is important, and I have the products just for you. Welcome to Mimi's Natural Pantry, where she specializes in homemade handcrafts, including rye and goat milk soaps, body butters, and sugar scrubs. All items are handmade products. All items have simple ingredients and are vegan friendly. In a world where you can barely pronounce many of the ingredients in your everyday products, Mimi's Back to Nature offers an alternative choice for those who are ready to get back into nature. Ready to order? Visit their website at mimisnaturalpantry.com. All orders over $50 have free shipping up to 25 pounds.
Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Still chatting with Antoine here. And Antoine, you have a cool book that you have out. Please talk about this book and the concept behind this book.
So the book that I have out is a book called Marketed Mentality. And it literally is based off of my transition into going to college. Now, 10 years ago, I actually dropped out of college. And the only class that I passed was business. So I had 3 credits. And through working in the union and working at the 9 to 5, they gave me an opportunity to go to college completely free. So I remember discussing it with my mother, and she's like, "You got the baby on the way, you need to go part-time." And I said, no. I said, I'm going full-time while I'm working 12-hour days, and I'm going to get it done. And I decided to do it. And as I'm looking up the degrees that they had to offer me, they had criminal justice. I really wanted to jump into it. And they were like, "Listen, that's going to be hard with your background." And I said, okay, I could understand that. And I decided to say, hey, let me go into marketing. And the reason why I jumped into marketing is because I said, hey, it'll be hard for me to find a job, obviously, in this country. But one thing that I can learn is how to help others people's businesses with marketing. One thing that I can learn is how to help myself with marketing, how I market my brands. So I decided to create a book during the time of learning marketing in college. And what I learned in marketing is that literally marketing can control where you live, what you see, how you think, how you react. So it's important to protect yourself from certain things that's marketing, because we're in a world where everything's thrown at us at a fast pace. And it's hard to hit that escape button at times. But we have to understand, what are we marketing to the young ones around us? If I have my son Chase, and I take him to the mall every single Friday, and we're spending money and he doesn't know how to work, he's just going to grow up wanting to spend money. And I realized through marketing, that's where I have to be the different person. So I created a book to explain what I saw as a young adult and what I learned in my degree in my college time that would help others say, okay, these are things that I didn't catch on to, but now's the time to stop it. And that's when I came up with Marketed Mentality. I realized that the things that I was doing in the past was just marketing to me, and it changed my mentality. So it's my time now to change into a better mentality.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love how, again, we write about and we think about what we've already experienced, right? And this is why we have this awesome book of yours, but we don't stop there. We grow from it as well. We extend, we improve personal development, as you said before, and you have some new products happening. Tell us about them, please. And when are they coming out?
Okay, so I actually have a 10-step guide to starting your non-CDL trucking business. And this ebook is a literally 10-step guide. Like, I'm flooding you with the proper information on how to start the LLC, what to look for when you're buying a truck, every single aspect of the trucking business to start your own business yourself as an owner operator. And what I like to do for the Michael Finkley family is every person, the 50 people that first sign up, right, from the Michael Finkley, if you put that code into becomeyoutaday.com, you get 50% off. And I'm offering that to the family, the Finkley family only. And I appreciate what you brought to me, brother. And that's my way of giving back to you and your team. And I'm going to do that 50% off for the first 50. And the code will be the Michael Finkley Show.
All right, you heard it here, Think Fam. Take advantage of this. I know from all of my heart and my sinew that you will learn something from this instruction. Look at the instructor. He's awesome, right? So take advantage of this. Information is in the description below as well. How can we follow you on social media?
So on social media, I'm Antoine_Howlett. Instagram, Facebook, Antoine Howlett, Twitter, Antoine Howlett all around. And if you want to YouTube me, you can YouTube Antoine Howlett Become You Today. And we have videos up there and a whole bunch of gems to the future and present leaders of the world.
I love it, sir. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Again, Pink Fam, follow him. Take advantage of this course that's coming out very soon. I promise you, you'll be blessed. Y'all, he is Antoine Howlett. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's an honor. God bless you all.
Think Fam, don't you go away. Back in a moment.
What's up, everybody? This is actor Darren DeWitt Henson, and you're watching The Michael Finkley Show. Stay tuned, because there's a whole lot more.
Without speaking about this specific topic that I am highly, this is like the main thing that I give out, and this, you get whatever you put out. If you put out positive energy, you get positive energy. And it was a video that I seen that's like a couple days ago of a guy who said that when he walked, his energy shifted from negative to positive by simply lifting his eyebrows. He noticed that when he walked out, now mind you, when you squint your eyebrows, you look meaner, you don't look approachable. So he went out and he just one day just lifted his eyebrows, and he noticed that people started to approach him, people started to wave at him, people started to smile at him, and he started receiving all this positive energy. He started receiving this nice energy that he wasn't used to. People started to actually want to approach him. In this lesson, and this is, man, if you just take the smallest thing to shift your energy, shift your perspective, shift the way that you give your energy to people, it will come back in return times 10. You follow me? So remember when you're going throughout the day, and this is a tip that I use every day, no matter if it's raining, no matter if it's dark outside, no matter if it's gloomy, I always look out to the sky. I look around me and see the nature, the trees, and everything, and I say, this is beautiful. This gonna be a beautiful day today. This is the start of my day. And just that let me know that today gonna be beautiful no matter what happens, no matter if it rains, no matter if it's storm, it's still beautiful. And carry that into your life, no matter what happens in your life, no matter if it's raining, no matter if it's storms. Always give out positive energy. Give out positive energy to yourself first, give positive energy to other people, and you will always get that back in return times 10. Remember that. Always give out positive energy to yourself first and to others, and you will get it back times 10.
Hello, I'm Winifred A. Winston, founder and executive director of Dyslexia Advocation and the host of the Black and Dyslexic podcast, and you're watching The Michael Finkley Show.
Hold your brakes. Fox Soul is in the building. General Manager and Head of Programming at Fox Soul, James DeBose, is here as he talks about his incredible network, Fox Soul. Next, Michael Finkley. Wednesday. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. I hope that you learned something from our guest today. Thank you so much, Antoine, for being with us and just expressing who you are in your words through your own experiences, and an awesome gift that you gave us as well within our FINK fam. The information is in the description below and also displayed on your screen as well. Thank you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Michael Finkley Show, ring that button notification. We'll see an email saying, hey, new content's uploaded. Listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and for more information about what we do here on the show, visit our website, michaelfinkleyshow.com. Of course, U42, can't leave U42 out. Visit us at U42.com. Our content and some exclusive things coming your way as well. Thank you so much for watching again, and guess what? We'll see you next time. Have a good one.